Okay, and welcome once again. This is episode 14. Big Eric, my
What's
man
up?
from what's up, buddy? My man from NavX, and myself, Fletch, here at the renovated flagship studios of the Fletch
Man,
Entertainment Network.
look at your place, man.
I,
It's
I,
gorgeous.
I bought this place off of Eric for $1. This is the geek in me. I'm messing around with green screen. You'll see a few little things that don't look right, but I'm still working on it. Like my hand looks weird, but no big deal. Trying to make it look better for you guys, so that's why I'm farther away now because I don't think I look that good up close. but if I get Eric closer and me farther away, that'd be better. So, but yeah, all seriousness, we're back with our home show again. Your Home Sweet Home is the name of the show, and Eric, of course, is NavX Realty, and he is the man who wants to navigate you to your home sweet home, your home dream home. And
It's a journey.
Realty, we got that for you right here. Eric Groff Realtor.com is his website.
Yeah.
It's the NavX website for him. You're there. You can do all kinds of neat things on there, read his blog. And, of course, you can contact him if you have questions. After the show, if you're watching this and you want to drop a line on a comment, we'll definitely, that's another way to get to us, and we will definitely get back with you on that. So we love comments and questions. Things are happening in the world of homes for sure. They always are, but things are definitely changing.
Ever changing. Yes, the ever changing market is going on.
Got some neat things for you this week with that, as well as Eric's got some neat stuff to share with us on some DIY he did. Some interesting and fun stuff to watch. Maybe even a little bit educational about certain things you didn't quite think of until you see it. You're like, oh, wow. So real quick, we're on Facebook at the Fletch Entertainment Network. Give us a like, give us a share. We are also on YouTube, the same name, Fletch Entertainment Network. There you click subscribe, click on the bell so you get notifications of everything we're doing here at the mothership, Fletch Entertainment Network. So, Eric, been a couple weeks. We had a little bit of digital or electronics, a little bit of life. Things happen, but we do what we can to keep you guys full of content. So, how's it been going for you?
It's been going well, since we've last been able to sit down together, squeezed in a vacation with family, got some lake time, which was fantastic. Boat provided some attempts at skiing with my daughters. And nice. I do mean just attempts. Didn't go well, but you'll have that.
Water skiing is tough.
It is. I had to try 9 different times in different spots, lake-wise, not necessarily on the same day. Like each time I went out, I remember my father-in-law was, after I was rushed up with all kinds of water in my face, and he'd stop, pull the boat around. He's like, well, here's what you did wrong, and you need to do this and this and this. And so, I listened. I tried hard. It didn't work for me. Ultimately, it just took a lot of practice before I was able to pop up out of the water, and that's what my daughters are probably going to have to do too. So, but that was just part of the vacation. I got to throw some horseshoes with him. Got to do some jet ski action, which was a lot of fun. I remember getting up to like 43 miles an hour, and I could feel the tears flowing about my eyes, because I was going so fast. I didn't have shades on.
When you're on a thing like that, 40 miles an hour doesn't sound fast. Let me tell you.
Oh, but it is. It is.
You don't want to. 55 miles an hour, just to give you an example. So that's fast on a little water thing like that,
No I was getting it. So it was fun. And
my wife and I have talked about eventually wanting to get. I call them wave runners because I don't know if the jet ski is where you're standing on it. I want to sit down, but
this is a sit down version.
Right. Okay. So either way you look at it, but so were you in Tennessee, right?
I went to Tennessee and just spent a little time with the family. So would love to have a little bit more of that right now because it's all about work and no play. And I like to play. We all like to play, right? But and all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and I don't want to be a dull boy. So
right. Yeah, we're hoping. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it this year to try to hit a cabin for maybe a 4-day weekend somewhere where there's stuff for the kids to do. You know, kids are a little younger, so he's got to keep that in mind on what the things they like to do. But it would be nice if we
Yeah.
could do that, or just go camping. You know, one or the other. But we'll do something for sure.
Yeah, I got one of those adventures coming up too at the end of the month. I get some
nice.
camping time, so I'm looking forward to that. More fun time to keep me being a fun dad. So
There you go. There you go.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So on with the
what's
show.
tell us about what's going on in the metropolis that we live in area when it comes to the
the
homes.
market. Oh my gosh, the market keeps on improving with inventory. Like it's a major shift from what we were experiencing in early spring. I've looked back at the data that I've collected, Fletch, and from April to now, some cities, you know, they were showing 30% growth. Like if we looked back 3 weeks ago, now I'm seeing numbers as much as 100% growth. So, like, say in a community, certain town, like I've got it here in front of me, we had Springfield listings at 41 total listings, right? That were available. Now I see 92.
Wow.
So that's double of what was there. And mind you, buyer activity is still strong because I'm tracking the pendings and the solds, and I see 2,573 listings this week in the general greater Miami Valley that's managed by the Dayton Board of Realtors. These are all under contract. So over 2,500 buyers have stepped forward and are trying to gobble up the inventory that's available. So,
Okay, so that's not the same, because I remember from the spring you saying, I think it was available inventory was like in the 300s in the entire Dayton area.
yeah,
Right?
like,
Okay.
well, so 600 was the magic number back then. Guess
Okay.
what it is today? The available inventory right now is 1,200 listings.
I was going to say 1,200. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's a
it's
guess.
doubled again. There's another sign that inventory has finally caught up a little bit with the buyer demand, which is helping soften the prices. And let's be frank, if you're one of those buyers that's out there chasing that dream, you may have stumbled over yourself and others just to try to get to that brand new listing in hopes that you can write an offer. But now, you know, I think there's enough inventory that you don't have to do that. Of course, if you want to do that, by all means, it's your time and your efforts. But, you know, I think that week to week, there's something that lists and it's still there in 7 days, so that your schedule has a little more flexibility in being able to go look at these products. But, you know, again,
just the thought of now there's twice as many homes to look at. That's huge, especially when you say, oh, there's twice as many. Well, there was only 2 last time. Now there's 4. No, there was 600 something. Now there's 1,200. That's
1,200.
That's a number of houses more to really sift through and find maybe the one you really wanted versus the one you were afraid to lose. You know, kind of thing,
right.
You know.
Yeah. Imagine feeling like we got to buy this because there may not be another one like this that's close enough, you know, to what we're looking for. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people feeling, you know, engaged and excited, and others who have been in this game since, say, like March, and they've not been able to lock anything down for whatever reason. They may be getting a little on the burnout side because they, you know, they rush, they go, they submit an offer, they don't win.
Right.
You know, it's challenging depending on everybody's situation. You know, with the loan options that we've talked about in previous shows, it really makes a difference in what you can provide for an offer. So I think this inventory bump up is going to help everybody across the board find something not so in a rush, and maybe not feel like they have to give $1,000 over list. You know, we talked about that, how even though list price says it's 180,000, we better offer 190,000 because we want to stand out amongst the crowd. So You know, that's good for everybody.
Oh yeah, if it makes me think of the commercial where two people step up to the counter for a hotel and like, hey, I got this for 129 a night, and like, oh, that's cool. And then the guy next is like, I got it for 89. They're like, what? So I mean, just imagine that you find a house that you want, but it's not the one you really want, but you feel like you got to have it, otherwise you're going to lose it, and you're not going to find another one like it. You move in, and you think to yourself, I would have loved to have had the house across the street. That'd been really cool. And then next month it goes up for sale. And you're like, I think if I would have waited, I'd have. So, everybody's situation is different, but obviously, if you don't really got to have it, pump the brakes, because look what happened just in the last 3 months. Another 600 houses are out there. So, absolutely. So,
Yep.
that's good news. And there's no reason to think that it won't keep trending in that way. Just, the moratorium ended, we believe. And
Yeah.
so haven't
I
really
think July
seen-
1st, right?
Right.
Was the last day of that. So that
and it's not like for sale signs or foreclosure signs is just going to flop out of the yard. It does take time for that stuff. So, and, you never want to cash in on the things like the home we bought was a foreclosure. And it's sad that somebody had to be foreclosed on. Absolutely, but hopefully they technically how our system of government and society is here to help you when bad things happen. So there are things in place with bankruptcies and all that. So it's not the end of the world. So you never want to jump down on but capitalize. But from one standpoint is you can get something at a really good price when those kind of things happen. So you just never know. But main thing is pump the brakes if you can. If you don't, for some reason you got it. Then that's just the way it goes.
and for some, Fletch, they're still in the environment of needing to rent because their credit score needs some help, and they need time to help that credit score bump up, or they need time to save a little more for their down payment, and so they have to rent. And so that motivates me, of course, as an investor, to want to contribute to that possibility for somebody to have a nice home. And that's part of today's show. I'm going to start a little bit of this is what it looks like behind the scene in the DIY category. I recently acquired a property with my partner in Beaver Creek, and we've made a little video today that gives you a glimpse of how the project's starting. And from week to week, I'll try to have you updates for everybody's enjoyment. So
nice.
I believe
so this is you at a house that you and a partner have a side business have acquired.
Yep.
And is this something I don't know if you, like in this particular case, do you know what you're going to do? Or is this going to be a flip, or is this or what?
Many people insist we should just be flipping it because the market is so hot, and then the seller's mindset, you're going to make a killing, right? But that's not our company objective.
Okay.
We would like to have properties, that we build up over time, and in doing so, we will have residual income that pays us monthly. It's not like all in one lump sum, but think of it as a pension plan, if you will.
Sure.
We're just adding to our portfolio now, and then over time, obviously, the property is going to increase in value. We're going to have residual income from renters, and that's what we're doing here. So we're getting the house ready for a new family.
Okay, and a family that maybe can't, like you were saying, is not in a position to buy. So now they could be in the position to rent and feel good about renting a home that somebody actually went in with some TLC and got it ready versus, as they say in a couple presidential cycles ago, slapping lipstick on a pig. And I had to bring it in there. So
thanks, Fletch.
Okay, so we're going to run the video. It's in this video, it's about 10 minutes. So it's very informative and entertaining. Eric going through this the dwelling and telling him what he's doing in each of the settings, and enjoy that. And then we obviously will be right back to talk about that and whatever else Eric wants to add to it. So are we ready to run that?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, so we'll do that now. We'll see you right back.
Hi, I am about to step into a nightmare. No, not really. It's not a nightmare. What it is a big challenge. But me, the DIYer, am up for the challenge. I want you guys to come along on this journey and see some of the phases that I'll be going through. So come on in.
Wow, can you believe all the junk in here? And this is only part of it. Like, we've spent a whole week separating the good from the bad, and this is some of the bad. We have some of the other bad down in the basement, which I'll show you. But oh my gosh, when people leave their house and don't need their stuff anymore, man, are we all this crazy? So I'm standing atop the carcass of a baby grand piano. And you're asking yourself, why am I standing like this? Well, the sad part of this is that this thing was so heavy and so cumbersome, the only way we can get it out of the house is to tear it apart. And oh, you're wondering, why would we ever get rid of it? Well, look, baby grand piano from 1930 something had the original strings on it, and they were so tired and old and all out of tune, and realistically, for it to sound really good and for the keyboard to be in better shape, it needed a lot of love. And realistically, $300 to $500 is what it would have taken for somebody professionally to move it out of the house. So enter the DIY demo guy. So metal desks. They're big, they're cumbersome, they weigh a ton, and they just don't have any value in people's homes. We like things pretty simple these days, and unfortunately this was another area where I have to break it down so that we can get it out of here because it weighs a ton. So check it out. These are 3 different metal desks that are just kind of broken up. I got one over here, you can see, and then these 2 over here that I have to get out of here. So that's part of the phase.
Hey everybody, look what I found. It's this cute little cubby hole we call a pantry wannabe. At least maybe that's what it was. But this little gem is a nice space that needs to be converted. Check out the rest of the kitchen. It's kind of a mess right now because look, all this stuff hasn't been cleared out. We've got some old nasty looking cabinets from, believe it or not, this is actually upgraded because the older version's in the basement right now, but you can tell from these knobs and the pattern, it's old and it needs some new love. We may be figuring out a paint to make these cabinets have some new life.
Hey, I'm in the first bedroom right now, and this is by far the cleanest and easiest part of the project I'm probably gonna look forward to. Check it out. This is a nice big space for a bedroom. It'll easily hold a queen size bed. And if you look at the floors, what you can see in the corners, they have this old nasty looking carpet, and the backing of this thing has been down so long, it's actually stuck and just flakes apart. Look at that, it's just totally crumbly grossness. I'm gonna be taking a sander and redoing the floors in here after I remove the quarter round and the shoe mold. Oh, you startled me. Well, I was just in the master bath, and if you'll come take a look, this lovely black and pink decor really was the trendy thing in the 50s. Not so much anymore. Definitely got to cut this out. And because this is a master bath, we really would like to make this a lot more user-friendly for whoever's going to stay here. And this wall right here that you see, I am going to be punching it out. It's not needed this tight to the commode. I would like to bring the wall out at least 6 inches, maybe more. It just kind of depends on what I can get away with based on the line of the window here. So come with me here. There's this nice walk-in closet. It's a little on the nasty side. You'll have to excuse the condition of it. Take a look at the walls here.
kind of gross, huh? Yeah. Well, so I've got this usable space right here, and if I punch this thing out a little further, it's going to make nice for a stand-up shower, walk-in shower type of thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. You know, it's times like these you think, have I bitten off more than I can chew? I mean, look at this gross floor. It's partially chunked up, looks all nasty, but man, look at the color. Who would want this in their bathroom floor, right? Well, not me. It's out of here. And so is this nasty looking tub. Take a look at this bad boy. It's, oh, please watch your step. Yeah, it's seen better days, showing its years, and ultimately all of this is going to be gutted open. We'll be sure to have updates of what this looks like, you know, as a shell. And I can't wait for you to see these phases. So I'm down in the basement, and this is technically the utility area where there's a washer. I took the dryer out because it actually looked really bad, corroded on the backside, had a lot of rust, didn't feel like it was gonna be safe for practical use anymore. But anyways, this is the former kitchen cabinetry that the original homeowner decided to move from upstairs down here, probably for storage unit mostly. This was not hooked up, and the water, although it is appeared to be plumbed from underneath, does not turn on. Haven't figured that out yet why, but the drain fortunately is attached, and I was able to dump some water there as need be. But this is just phase one. We've kind of cleaned out some of the clutter that's here. There's a little bit left here, done that initial tidying, and we're not going to do too much further down here, but just wanted to show you this side of the house.
Ah. You're supposed to stop it.
I am standing outside the electric panel box. From what we can tell here, there's 3 different entries into the house. Each one of these is powering fuses inside. And fuses, as we know, are way out of date, way out of code. And judging by the sheathing that's left on this outside wire, this puppy is overdue for an upgrade. We're gonna have professionals come in here and take care of that.
Check it out, I promised you more junk, and here it is. Like, this is some of the other stuff that I got left with when we took over this house. Lots of old metal, lots of unpractical stuff that I have no idea what to do with, except of course, put it in landfill. There are some things that might have some value over here, but for the most part, all of this stuff is just a collection of what we don't need anymore. And we're gonna see that it goes to a different home. I'm sitting in the formal dining area. If you haven't seen it yet in these previous videos, take a look at this carpet. Really groovy, right? Well, underneath this carpet, I think, is the beautiful hardwood floor just waiting to come back to its new life. So this will be one of the areas that I put my DIY strength into and eliminate all this nasty carpet. Try to bring some beauty back into this place.
So, good stuff there.
Yeah.
So what was it like to have that shot and do that? Did you feel a little nervous? You've done stuff like that before. I mean, you know, or was it so much your DIY self that you were just like, hey, it just ran off and it was great?
I mean, you know, this kind of stuff comes to me a little bit naturally. I like talking. I'm good with people, and I'm trying to just convey a message through the video, like this is what I'm doing, and sort of thing. And of course, all the shows, home improvement shows I've watched, they've had a lot of influence on me.
Absolutely.
And you know, with each one of those segments, I wanted to be brief because you know there's a lot there, as you saw. I was in several rooms, had lots of stuff to kind of endure what I'm going through, you know, getting the home transition from the, oh my gosh, it's got all this stuff. And, you know, next week, you know, I'll be able to show you the place a little more on the open concept, if you will,
Okay.
because that stuff will be moved out, and you'll be able to see what's underneath the carpet, because that's my goal through the week, is to get all those rooms cleared out of carpet, see what that hardwood floor looks like underneath, whether or not I'm going to have to go through the refinishing of all the rooms, or maybe there's one or two rooms that are in good enough shape that hopefully I can
Sure.
save myself some work. But
Do you guys have a time frame that you're working with in your mind, or you just kind of
of course.
go with it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, time is money, right, Fletch? So every day we hold this property, we do not have a renter in paying a monthly amount to us. Well, we're paying for that house. I mean, we
Right.
have a mortgage on it, so the bank is expecting their money, the county is expecting their money in taxes, the insurance, of course, they've been paid for the year, but we are building through escrow through the bank. We're
Right.
building that amount so it can be paid next year as well. So yeah, time is money. Got to have a goal. My goal is September 1st. I'll be able to show the
Okay.
property that somebody can step forward and check it out and be able to decide for themselves if this is going to be a good fit for their situation. So it's a lot to do, especially with a week's vacation in the same time period that I'm trying to manage. But
Right.
you got to put the pedal down and work hard and juggle the clients that I've got to,
Oh, yeah.
it's hustle time for me, right? But
Sure.
what I'm grateful for, Fletch, of course, is the weather. I'd much rather do this stuff with windows open, nice breeze coming through the house, and not dealing with there's a lot of dust. And,
Yeah.
in some parts of this phase, I'm going to be wearing, one of those breather masks that protects me and my lungs. And of course, covering up my body, from long sleeves and jeans, even though I'll probably sweat more, be a lot hotter. Listen, this stuff is old and it's a skin irritation. And
Right.
I would rather protect myself, deal with the heat than,
Oh, yeah.
put myself at risk.
Yeah,
So-
you're going to suffer a lot less with heat than you are with irritants and other things like that, especially if they get in your lungs and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. No doubt about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So I can't wait till you see the next phases. Each one that I've got going through. So a lot there, right? You just saw the stairs, you saw the bathroom, you saw the bedrooms and all the flooring. Of course, we're going to put a new coat of paint throughout. So it's a lot of work, but that's why they call it sweat equity.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, that'll be interesting over the next so many weeks. It's the end of July almost, so we've got a little over a month. We can week by week see the transformations and watch you guys hit your goal at the beginning of September. And
Yeah.
literally, you can see firsthand, hey, that room would look like this. Now it looks like this. And
Yeah.
here's all that stuff. So that'll be fun to do, fun to watch. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
kind of a neat segment to look forward to for everybody. Absolutely. So.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
then maybe you might get hired to do some DIY.
That happens a lot, actually. As I don't know if I shared with you on air, but yeah, I've been helping my brother do a lot of stuff. That
Right.
I think I'm done now over there, but yeah, and it's just helpful to do the thing so that you can talk about the thing with whoever wants to know about that thing. Like, have you ever? And I can say, yes, I have. And here's what it took, it's,
Yeah.
it depends on your skill set.
The HGTV things like that, and some of them on other channels, the DIY stuff. That's become some of the favorite stuff I like to watch in my lounging around weekends. I really love the couple down in Mississippi. The
I'm a
Laurel-
geek.
Yeah, the Laurel couple, the big guy with the beard and the little blonde wife, and they're like I think it's called Hometown.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it. That's one of my favorites. Probably from the standpoint of I myself would never really want to move into a really old home that's been renovated, and not for any other reason. It's just not me. But it's neat to watch these really old homes and how they bring them back to life. You know, and almost all of them have incredible hardwood floors underneath carpet. You know, so they've
Yeah.
been preserved. Just neat things to watch. And I'm sure you've run across stuff like that quite a bit. You know, and there's a lot of that goes on in Dayton. There's a lot of old homes in Dayton. There's areas they've been renovating for a number of years. I have some friends through our churches that actually have bought homes that have been renovated down there, and they're beautiful. And I remember I helped somebody move into one, and I was like, this house is over 100 years old, and look how high the ceilings are. I didn't know they did that back then. It's like, to some point, everything got shorter, you know, to somewhere around 7-8 feet, and then all of a sudden now everything's going back up in the vault, you know, stuff like that. So pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then we get the stone foundations. That's a lot of fun, but so yeah, it's a labor of love for a lot of people. There's no doubt about it. You know,
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. So you said you got a closing coming this week and stuff.
Yeah.
Things are still moving for you.
they are closing schedule for tomorrow, and I got one scheduled for Monday, and right now I've got just 2 active buyers that are out there looking right now, and that kind of works out great for my schedule, and especially the path of DIY that I'm going to be
Right.
committing to.
Right.
So I do have a listing coming up at the. They want to go live by the end of the month, and then there's one lingering out there I haven't touched base with, but I think they will probably list, before August is out, too. So there's some seeds in the ground, if you will, and they're germinating at their own pace. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all that.
thank you.
We always
Thank you.
definitely wish you good success. And I, because like I said,
It's been a great year.
Right, it's
It's-
a passion
it's-
for you, and
Yeah,
so
I-
therefore it's good
I,
to see.
I don't
that.
I don't know who we're helping in this arena, but I think the good karma that whatever we're doing together here, it's coming back to me, Fletch, because I've just had a really incredible real estate year, so I'm
Awesome.
very, very grateful. So
Awesome.
thank you again as always for starting this, continuing this journey with me, and providing some conversation content for
Oh, absolutely.
those who take the time to check it out.
Absolutely. And, it's kind of thing where I've got a lot of things started in this, and just trying to do, and my thought is I'm not really looking at overall numbers of monetization and stuff like that. This is something, this part of my personality that I really like is this forum, it's just kind of built into me to be someone that converses and talks and stuff. Radio was perfect, because
Yeah.
I have a great face for radio. So,
I knew you were going to say that.
and
You
these days
silly
of
man.
vlogging, it's not that big of a deal. So no, it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, and if by some chance it just happens to hit on something, then great, then that's just gonna do. So, I'm still not gonna do. I'm still gonna do all the other things too, because it's just I like it all, and I can't do as much as I really want to because I do have a day job. So it's just it's the spare time thing. So
Sure.
if I was 100% on this, then I would have a lot more going on, and maybe someday I will. If the good Lord wants that to happen, then
There
it
you go.
will happen. And if
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't, then it's just a hobby.
You
But
build
it's still
you
fun.
build upon itself, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So-
And our friendship has flourished through this.
Yes.
We've known each other for the longest time.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
have-
always
I have
been
a
in
higher-
religious settings.
Yeah, I have a higher appreciation for you as a father and as a friend who really, I always knew you were a good soul, and just spending week after week with you is it's clear to me you need to be in my life. I'm glad we're doing this thing.
Oh, absolutely. For
'cause,
those who don't know, Eric has always been my #1 fan if I was ever going to become a stand-up comedian. He's always told me, you need to be on stage doing stand-up.
I know, 'cause you always crack me up.
You're splitting guts up. And it's not that I've never thought about that. You never know. I might go to one of those amateur night days and get up there and make a fool out of myself.
Hey,
You know,
as long as you can deal with the material censorship of today. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
know
I mean, it's the man that I am now and being the life that I have. I
Yeah.
honestly could do an hour on my kids, and I'll have them all crying and laughing so hard, and nothing will be
Awesome.
non-PC or whatever it is.
Right.
You know, 'cause,
Cool.
as everybody's kids are, they're hilarious. Is the things they do, and all you got to So,
Yep.
yeah, kids alone is enough material to keep me going for a while. There's no doubt. So.
Sweet.
But yeah, so that's just what we're doing here. So we love doing the home stuff. I think it was a fantastic idea when we talked about it earlier in the late winter, and I'm happy that we're doing it. I'm proud. I want to continue to do it.
Here we
And
are,
I know-
episode 14.
Oh
Look at
yeah,
that.
and other things are coming with this. I know it. It's just I can't wait till we have some guests, some other things going on. Maybe somebody I think things will happen with this. I know Rosie. It's just be patient, and that's what we are. We're having fun and we're being patient, and it's good. It's good time. So things are great. So very happy. So Navex Realty is where you can get Eric. Let's run the banner again.
Thank you. There's my website right there.
EricGolfRealtor.com, and
There's a great mortgage calculator out there. I don't know if anybody's used yet that helps you dial in on your affordability. That's under the buyers tab. So check that out if you're curious and want to know what your monthly payment may look like. The greatest thing about this is there's a section that you can add PMI, which is an amount that if you were not able to put down 20% at the time you were committing to the loan, then you will have private mortgage insurance as part of your payment that is due to the bank to cover basically you from defaulting. And this amount, it's either 0.5% or 1% at lenders. So you can toggle that amount, add that in, take it out, just to see what your options look like as far as your affordability. So I encourage you to do that.
Oh, absolutely. What was I going to say about that? I had a quick thought, but it just escaped me. But
it's okay.
But yeah, and it happens a lot.
It does happen. Fletch, as we've aged, it happens more than we'd care to admit.
There's a character in one of my kids' cartoon shows I love. These twin genies, like Shimmer and Shine. The next one, it was like, it happens a lot. Like he falls down and breaks his arm. It happens a lot. I say that. Zach, I think is his name. So
yeah.
But no. So there's. I was going to say that just about everybody at one point in time is going to be buying or selling a home at least once. There are some people that never do, but there's the majority.
I bet do
get in that arena. And so the more information you can have, the better. And we're giving you as much as we can possibly think of, and we keep thinking of other things to give you. So now let's get to the restaurant part of our Keep It Local Eatery segment, if you will, so to speak. Keep It Local. Everything we mentioned is local, whether or not it is, I should say it's located local, whether or not it's completely locally owned. Every once in a while we throw something out there that's not because it's worthy of it, but we try to keep it local. We'll start with you, Eric. The first, what you wanted to bring up today, food-wise.
Yeah, so I got to eat just yesterday at Mike and Rosie's Deli in Springfield. It's at the corner of McCrite and Plum.
Okay.
And wow, what an amazing, I had a Reuben, what amazing Reuben I had. Just so tender meat. They sliced it super thin, so it just melted in your mouth with each bite. The bread, which they have baked locally,
Nice.
They buy from a baker, super soft and a perfect dark rye. Just a great blend of Thousand Island sauerkraut. Of course, they served it with a spear dill pickle on the side, and they've got kettle chips for purchase on site. And the place was happening when I went in there, like plenty of people. Another good sign that it's a great local eatery, and I went away very satisfied and wishing that I had some leftovers. But of course, I gobbled up every single bite.
Right. Yeah, good delis are great. I know Flyboys Deli is the one local that I've been to a while back when they were still in Beaver Creek and not there anymore.
Yeah.
Very good stuff too. A place I'm going to bring up, I just found out about it in the last couple of days. And I have not been there yet, but the reviews are pouring in enough that I'm going to go there and hopefully be able to report on it on our next show, which means I'm going to go there within the next week. It's in Fairborn, and it is called, well, let's say this first. If you know where the old Cadillac Jacks is located in Fairborn, it's that building. The inside is completely renovated. It's beautiful, big screens, beautiful furniture. They did a great job on the inside, it looks like, from the pictures. And the food looks great, too. It's Butts Barbecue, BUTT''S, BBQ, and it looks amazing. I drove by there just Sunday because we go that way on our way to pick up the ice cream from the local ice cream guys I've talked about before, the JD's Ice Cream. So we drive by there, and I saw it, and I was like, the outside looks about the same, so no big deal. So when I saw the pictures of it, I'm thinking, wow, okay, this place really has been done well. They didn't just slap lipstick on a pig, if you will, like sometimes happens in the restaurant industry. So,
No pun intended there, barbecue joke.
yeah, keep the lipstick off the pig, but you put an apple in its mouth. But so it looks really good, and I'm hoping to try. I think their number one is like 3 or 4 ribs, some pulled pork, and sweet potato souffle or something like that. They have like number ones on, and of course you can probably order. They got burgers and everything else it says there too. So looks really good. It's locally owned guys. They're cooking it right there, smoking the meat, and so it looks great. I'm gonna give it a check out, and I will definitely bring a report. And it's hopefully and probably going to be a good one based on the reviews. So usually reviews have been pretty spot on. So, Butts Barbecue in Fairborn. If you beat me there, then let me know. Otherwise, you will hear about it next week on our show. So, another one in the books. It's a lot of fun. Where the DIY stuff is excellent. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad you thought about that.
Yeah,
And,
I'm so excited. I am so excited. You talk about just the creative side of what I like to do in real estate. Man, this is it. Hands-on stuff, real life stuff, put the dream on paper, practicality. So excited.
Nice.
Can't wait to share with you.
Nice. Looking forward to that. It makes me think of the show I watched a little bit earlier today. The, what's the guy? It's Vacation House Rules, where most of them are people got these houses on a lake and they want to beef it up so they can rent it out, and I'm watching this going, man, I should own a lake house.
Shouldn't we all?
Like it's that easy, but
I know, right?
Exactly.
Wouldn't it be great?
Where are they passing those out at, by the way?
Yeah. Here, can I sign up for that, please?
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that too.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, okay, have a good week. Thanks for sharing all that with us with the DIY. We look forward to all the updates with that as we go along the next month and a couple weeks. See if you can stick and hit your goal September 1st. We're all definitely rooting for you. And we're certainly looking forward to the videos there and after. So, very awesome. And enjoy your closings. I'm sure
Thanks.
It's the best part of selling a house, right?
It is because, all that hard work finally gets a payday.
I should say it's the best part because I know you're a people person and all that. But certainly it's what ultimately pays the bills, and that's what.
Right. It allows me to keep doing it, Fletch, so that my wife doesn't insist that I go find some other job. Yes.
There you go. Exactly. So, alrighty, well, that's going to do it for this week. Real quick, again, Facebook, like and a share. We're also on YouTube. It's subscribe and a bell. It's the Fletch Entertainment Network on either platform. And, maybe in the future here we'll branch out to other platforms as we see them. But these right now I think are the two big ones, and we're going to stick with these. So, Facebook and YouTube, find us, like us, subscribe to us, bell us, share us, let everybody know, and tune in and watch all the shows. We got new shows all the time. Second episode of the Geek Speak is coming up this week. It's me and our buddy Mark talking all things geek, from Star Wars to Star Trek to geek food to Dragon Cons and everything in between, TV shows. So it's us being us. Maybe we can get Eric to join us sometime if he's a.
Am I a qualified geek? I am in DIY, that's for sure.
We'll have to see if you muster up the test. I don't even know what that test is. So anyways, we will see you guys all next week. Have a great week and enjoy the weather because it's wonderful out there. Thanks a
buddy.
lot. We'll see you.